Alright, after asking a number of Scape residents about time management and reflecting on my own experience, plus a number of books that I've read, here are some tips, advice, strategies about time management that actually work according to students like you. Alright, the first one is we own all of our time. How many times have you heard yourself saying, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that, I don't have time for stuff in general? One thing to keep in mind is at any given time, you are doing what you want to do. I filmed a YouTube video, couple of YouTube videos for about 2 to 3 hours because that is what I wanted to do. Day before yesterday, I finished watching The Night Action, which is a TV series on Netflix, because I wanted to do that. That doesn't mean you have control over everything. Yes, you might have a boss. Yes, you might have some parents telling you what you have to do. But fundamentally, you are in control of your time. You are in control of what you do, and you can keep a check of what you want to do and what you have to do. Second, it's either a hell yes or it's a no. A lot of the times we find ourselves saying yes to the majority of things that are coming our way. Hell, I even do that. I take too much on my plate and then figure out what I want to do, how I want to do a particular thing, when do I have to prioritize a task, when do I don't have to prioritize a task. But that is something I'm working on as well. When I have too much on my plate and have an opportunity coming my way, it's either a hell yes or it's a no. So for example, let's just say that you have a lot of on your plate and you get an email, hey, are you free to do this? Or you get a message from your friends, hey, do you want to do this? If your instinct is, hell yes, absolutely I want to do that, then it's a yes. If it's anything but a hell yes or an absolutely, it's a no. Also, who here has a hard time saying no other than me? Comment down below. Third is a to-do list. This you might have heard during a lot of videos, during a lot of influencers making videos. But personally, my take on to-do list is that I want my to-do list to be physical, and I generally don't follow a template. So what my to-do list looks like is, for example, if tomorrow is hypothetically the 14th of May, I just write 14th of May on a piece of paper and write down the things or basically the things or the tasks that I have to get done as for 14th of May. It's just the satisfaction and the ability to strike things off a pen that basically drives me to have a physical to-do list rather than a digital to-do list. Now, there are a lot of templates out there, so feel free to do any which one. Feel free to go ahead with any which one. See what works for you, see what doesn't work for you, add things, subtract things. But yes, to-do lists are a really good way to manage time and to manage the number of tasks and the type of tasks that you have to get done in a day. Now, the next thing is time blocking. Apparently, Elon Musk does this and he is doing a lot of things right. So, what is time blocking? Now, time blocking is basically when we need to do anything, let's just say as menial as laundry to as big as completing an assessment. We put a time block for it in our calendar. Generally, what do we put in our calendars? If you have a meeting with anybody, if you have an interview, if you have a Zoom meeting with anybody, or if you have a scheduled call, we put all of these things in a calendar, right? We don't put menial things like, okay, do your meal prep, you have to do laundry today. Those are just tasks that are in your brain. But what time block says, that if you actually allot a time for certain activities in your calendar, you're more accountable to do them. Like for example, if I have to do my laundry, I will block a certain time in my calendar for the same. What that ensures is all of those things will get done because there's a designated time towards it. Now, a lot of people don't like to automate everything, don't like to put everything on their calendar, or just don't like to be controlled. So if you're one of those, try to ease into it. But if you like productivity, if you like scheduling, if you like living a very structured life, I believe time blocking can be a really good way. Maybe even if you're having a conversation or catching up with friends, put a time block in so that you know that, okay, after 2 hours, there's something else on my calendar. Now, next is Parkinson's Law. What is Parkinson's Law? Work expands to fill the time that we allocate to it. For example, if I have to film a YouTube video tomorrow and I give myself the whole day. I'll be filming the whole day, I'll be perfecting everything, I'll be taking the whole day to film that YouTube video because that is the designated time I have allocated towards it. Now, on the other hand, if I only give myself half an hour to complete that YouTube video, and right after that YouTube video, I have another task assigned to myself, I will get that YouTube video done in 30 minutes, any which way. Now, it's up to you what works for you. I've talked to a lot of people about Parkinson's law, and for some people, it's always quality over quantity. Always, in whatever task they do. But if you're that sort of a person who can sacrifice a little bit of the quality and likes to do more of the quantity, then Parkinson's law is for you, because then it's at the forefront, it's quantity over quality. But what I have observed is, if you keep following Parkinson's law, if you keep perfecting it, that quantity and that quality can equate, and you can have the best equitable version that there is out there. Next, what we're going to talk about is protected time. Build whatever schedule you want, follow whatever uni schedule you want. Uni schedule changes every semester, every trimester. Schedule however many Zoom calls you want, schedule however many meetings you want, meet with your friends however many times. But what this suggests is, keep a protected time for yourself, for your hobbies, for things that are important to you. So for me, when I came across this theory, now what I've started implementing is, I keep my mornings clear. I keep my mornings for myself, I keep my mornings for listening to a podcast, I keep my morning for going for a run, I keep my morning to get my breakfast in. Now, as soon as I get done with my breakfast and everything finishes, then that is the time when all hell breaks loose and I get started with my day. I get started with emails, I get started with calls, I get started with projects. So that morning protected time is just for myself, just to get sorted, just to get ready for the day. However much time that is, 2 hours, 3 hours, but that is protected time just for myself, listening to a podcast, as I said, going to the gym, getting my breakfast in, and after that I start with my day. Now, protected time doesn't mean that it has to be yourself, it has to be for yourself as well. Protected time can be for work, for email as well. So there's only a designated protected 2-hour limit in the afternoon that you give yourself to respond to emails and to going back and forth on emails. You can take that approach as well. Now, the last but not the least is choosing to be satisfied. I still haven't been able to perfect this, but I'm trying as much as I can. What it means is, if you're a productivity nerd, if you want to be as efficient as possible, if you like having too many things on your plate and you like getting things done, this is for you. Now, if you're any one of those, or even if you've observed yourself contemplating or observing or reflecting on what you've done the whole day, and you go like, I could have finished 3 modules today, but I only finished 1. And you're making yourself feel bad. You're a little sad. You're a little let down because on one hand, you could have been more productive, more efficient, and completed those 3 modules. On the other hand, you let things distract you. You let some of the things get in your way, and you were only able to complete 1 module, for example. In this example, you got only 1 module done, and you're sad, you're let down, and you're feeling a little disgusted at the end of the day. What this method tells you to do is, be satisfied with what you've done for the day. Choose satisfaction over dissatisfaction. Because if you're satisfied with what has happened, with whatever track your day took and however many things you were able to get done, at the end of the day, the output is the same. You were only able to get 1 module done in both the scenarios, right? But in this scenario, you're satisfied. But in this scenario, you're dissatisfied. So choose satisfaction. Now, that doesn't mean that you use that as an excuse, and if you're intentionally not getting things done, or if you're procrastinating, or if you're wasting your time, you just be like, okay, I can choose to be satisfied. You don't have to use that as an excuse, but you have to use that to give yourself the leverage, to give yourself the cushion time to be satisfied and to start afresh the next day. Now, if you liked any of the tips, advice, strategies that I just mentioned in this video, comment down below. If you have any of your own that you follow and can be beneficial for students, put that down in the comments as well. And if you want to make a video on it, tag Scape. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.